This is Jackie, and I'm here with Pat of Movements. We're here at the Long Island, New York stop of Vans Warped Tour. How's it going so far?
It's great. It's been really good. Yeah.
So despite the weather, what are some of your favorite stops so far?
Geez, I don't know. There's been so many good ones. That's the thing. Even like, I guess yeah. If we're kind of discounting the weather, like I really do love Florida. Like we were just talking about how crazy it can get in Florida and how miserable it can be sometimes, but our shows are always so good. Like their music scene down there is so strong, and like every single time that we go there, like we're not disappointed. So definitely Florida, and I'm really looking forward to like our hometown dates, which are going to be like Pomona and LA, that area. So
I think that's a safe bet that those will be really fun, and
Yeah.
hopefully the weather will be more cooperative as
so.
well. Do you guys have plans to follow up, or what are the plans? I'm sure you do have plans to follow up your Outgrow Things EP.
Yeah, so we actually we have a full length that's coming out in we believe October. We don't have an exact release date yet, but it's finished. We're just waiting to put it out. Like we have our masters and everything. So it's an 11-song album. I can't say too much about it right now, other than that it's coming out this fall, and it's on its way, and we're all very, very proud of it. And it's been a long time coming. Like we put out Outgrown Things like almost a year and a half ago now, and we've just been riding on that for so long, and those songs feel so old to us. Like we're so ready just to put out new music and have something else for people to listen to and something else to play. So.
Is there a sense of pressure about releasing new music, or is it more of like on your own pace, or a little bit of both?
There's definitely like, it is a little bit of both. I think the pressure more comes from, I guess, the pressure to like outdo what we've done in the past. I think that our EP hit a lot harder than any of us thought it was going to. It really kind of took our careers to the next level as musicians, and that wasn't something that we had expected to happen so quickly. Obviously, we always had high hopes for what we were going to do as a band, but to have it happen in less than a year's time and have it, to be out here on Warped Tour and to be on so many amazing tours. Like we just toured with Good Charlotte in the spring, and that was unreal. It was so crazy. Like I would have never expected to be out with like these legendary bands. So, there's that pressure to outdo that record. Like we want to make sure that the progression of our band, like we always strive to do better than what we did in the past, and it was definitely like a stressful writing process because we were so worried about like, okay, these songs got to be perfect. They have to be like, sonically sound, and they have to make sense, and they have to like hit as hard as possible, and they have to like, they still have to be relatable and like all this stuff. And we were so worried about that I think it kind of stressed us out more than we needed to stress out about, because at the end of it, like, we put together a collection of songs that we're all so proud of and like so in love with in every way, and yeah, we just can't wait to share them.
Awesome. Can you share a little bit about things, either people or events, that might have inspired your songwriting?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our songs are like sad. Like we don't write very happy music, so a good deal of the new record deals with basic struggles with like anxiety and depression and whatnot. But it goes deeper than that too. Like, for instance, my personal favorite song on our new record is it's a song called "Deadly Dull," and it's about basically watching somebody go through like Alzheimer's or dementia, and sort of watching this person that you knew or know sort of deteriorate and sort of lose all sense of who they are, and just watching that happen to somebody is such a horrible thing to watch somebody go through, especially when you love that person and they might not remember who you are, and it's so rough. So that's like a big theme on the record too, is loss and just sort of coping with it.
Why do you think we turn to music when things get tough?
Honestly, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe it's a sort of a sense of community, like for me, like I would always turn to music because it made me feel less alone, in what I was going through. And I think that's what I strive to do with our music too, is try to make people feel, understand that like whatever it is that you're going through, that there's somebody else out there who feels just like you. Because one of the worst things to feel is like there's like you're just the only person dealing with what you're dealing with, and that there's no hope for you, and that you're just completely alone in this crazy, messed up world. But in reality, like, that's never the case. There's always somebody out there who knows what it is that you're going through and is there for you. And I think a lot of people, if they don't have that connection with somebody in, as a personal relationship, you can turn to music as sort of that, I guess, guiding light. I don't know. Yeah.
I like that idea of it's a positive message that, I think a lot of kids out at Warped Tour and just in general can relate to, and I think that that's important. In 2017, the world is pretty crazy right now, but so is the music industry. What are your thoughts on like streaming sites like Spotify, and what role do they have?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a tough situation, because with physical CD sales kind of not really being a thing anymore, like no one really cares too much about physical CD sales. Like, it's tough, but I do like Spotify, and I do like streaming sites as a consumer. Like, my monthly subscription I have both Apple Music and Spotify Premium. My monthly subscription to both of those are like literally the best investment I've ever made. Like, I'm totally fine forking over that $25 a month, because I have so much access to all this music. And ultimately, like, it sucks that it doesn't benefit the artists as much as, a physical sale would. But I think that's just sort of where, the world is going. It's, everything is so digital, and everything, technology is just advancing so far that I don't think that we can continue to rely on, how things used to be, I guess. And it sucks, but at the same time, we're dealing with it. And that's where, when you get creative and find new ways to still get out there and make money, so. Yeah.
I hope it gets back around. If it doesn't, the first week's album sales, I know that definitely affects, your touring and things like that, but I hope it comes back around later, whether it's ticket sales or t-shirt sales or, something. I hope it comes back around in some way, because
Absolutely.
As the technology continues to evolve, I don't know what the next answer is on the business aspect.
Totally.
Not that that's why you're involved in it,
Right.
but you want to be able to at least break even.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's the thing, is like, it's never been about money. It will never be about money for us. It's always been about just doing what we love, and we love to play music, and we love to create art, and that's what we care about the most. But obviously, yeah, like, being able to support ourselves and to be able to pay our bills just by making the art that we make is definitely important. So yeah, merch sales are definitely a huge part of that. But again, we get creative. We find ways to still make it work, and I'm happy to do it either way. So
new music out in October. Anything else coming up that you know about solid for the rest of this year?
Yeah, I can't like say any details. It sucks because none of it's like announced yet. But we're going to be doing a full U.S. Tour in October. So I think it's like the first week of October through the middle of November. We're going to be doing the full U.S. So that'll be really, really cool. It's going to be with some great bands that I wish I could talk about right now, but I can't. Some great bands. And then immediately after Thanksgiving, we're going to be going over to Europe and the UK with another phenomenal package, and we get to do that. And that's the first time that we'll be overseas. We've never toured outside of, well, we've toured outside of the country because we did Canada, but we haven't gotten like off, North America basically. So we're really, really excited to explore some new countries and to play to some people that we've never been able to play to before. So we're very excited.
Lots of great teases for movements. Stay tuned for much more. This is Jackie. Thanks to Chorus FM and One Avenue.